Reading for Wildlife. Written and illustrated by Zella, a project by Zella and friends. An elephant for breakfast.
Chapter 23. The Arrest. Johnny, Bella, Freddie, Rose and Tom were just talking about what a big mistake it would be to call Doris, if indeed her uncle was the blackbird, when the doorbell rang. Father and Mother both went to answer the door. It was Johnny and Bella's parents, Uncle Crispin and Aunt Lily. They had been down at the allotment all morning and were carrying a leafy bunch of spinach and some fresh eggs. They wanted to spend more time with Uncle Cosmo. "Have you made plans for lunch?" Aunt Lily asked Mother. "Not until I saw that huge bunch of spinach and thought of bacon and egg and spinach pie," she laughed. Aunt Lily said, "I suggested the same thing to Crispin, but he wanted to see his brothers. Shall we make the pie together?" "Yes, let's," smiled Mother as they walked to the kitchen, "but first a cup of tea or coffee." They had just settled down with a cup of coffee when the doorbell rang again. "This is busier than Piccadilly Circus," joked Father as he went to answer the door. Outside were 2 police officers. "Hello, can I help?" asked Father. "Yes, we are looking for Mr. Cosmo Baker. Do you know where we can find him?" "Certainly, please come in," said Father. Uncle Cosmo was still at the end of the garden, lying in the huge tire swing and thinking with his eyes closed. He appeared to be half asleep in the early morning summer sun, and perhaps he was. "Cosmo, time to wake up. You have to stop sunbathing," said Father. Father gave him a little shake. "Come on, Sleeping Beauty. You have visitors." Uncle Cosmo blinked. "Friends? Josephine!" He leapt up in a rush. "No, not Josephine," warned Father, but Uncle Cosmo was already running for the front door. By the time he reached the hall, he was slightly out of breath and surprised to see a policeman and policewoman. "How is Josephine? Where is Josephine?" asked Uncle Cosmo. "Mr. Baker, we need to take you down to the police station," said the policeman. "Your factory has been used for some time as a deposit and storage facility for the illegal export of ivory. Given the extensive and long-term nature of the operation, we have reasonable grounds to suspect it was under your control." Father intervened. "Hang on a moment. You can't suspect Cosmo. He's such a decent man. He could not possibly be involved in the export of ivory. You saw how those 2 devils had beaten him up. How could you suspect him?" But his words had little impact on the police officers. They did not even respond. Instead, the policewoman placed a hand on Uncle Cosmo's shoulder and said, "Mr. Cosmo Jeremy Baker, I am arresting you for aiding and abetting the illegal procurement of ivory. I must warn you that anything you say or do may be recorded against you in evidence." Uncle Cosmo was silent. The 2 brothers looked at each other, and Uncle Cosmo shook his head in disbelief. The 2 police officers escorted him down the steps at the front of the house and into the waiting police car. The children decided it was time to help the police solve this case. They held the missing piece of the puzzle. Bravely, Rose dialed the number left by the police. "Hello, this is an anonymous tip-off. Sir Reginald Ashurst must be the blackbird. Please investigate this lead."
Here is how you can help. Share the story. Adopt an animal. Visit when you can. Educate yourself. Donate to a conservation charity. To find out more about Reading for Wildlife, visit zellahunter.com or at Lady Zella Books, or follow the Reading for Wildlife YouTube channel.